In a tense bank lobby, a manager's quick call to the police over a black teenager's presence turned to stunned silence when the girl's mother, a corporate powerhouse, walked through the door to set things right. The bank was busy that Thursday afternoon, with customers lined up at the teller's windows and phones ringing in the background. Maya Carter, a 16-year-old high school junior, stood near the customer service desk at First National Bank in downtown Atlanta. She wore a navy blazer and khakis, her school uniform, and carried a leather portfolio under her arm. Maya had come to the bank straight from school to open a savings account with money she'd earned from a summer internship. Her mother had told her it was time to learn financial responsibility, and Maya was eager to get it done. At the customer service desk, the branch manager, Karen Wheeler, a white woman in her early 50s with neatly styled blonde hair, was reviewing paperwork. Wheeler had been with the bank for 15 years and prided herself on running a tight ship. She was known for her efficiency, but also for her tendency to scrutinize customers she deemed out of place. When she glanced up and saw Maya standing nearby, her eyes narrowed slightly. Maya was shifting her weight from one foot to the other, waiting for an available teller. Her portfolio clutched tightly. Wheeler approached the desk. Her tone clipped. "Can I help you, young lady?" Maya looked up, offering a polite smile. "Yes, ma'am. I'm here to open a savings account. I have my ID and some cash for my summer job." Wheeler's expression didn't soften. She glanced at Maya's school uniform, then at the portfolio, which looked expensive for a teenager. "You're opening an account by yourself? How old are you?" 16, Maya replied, her voice steady. "My mom said it's okay as long as I have my ID and the deposit." Wheeler raised an eyebrow. "Your mom? Huh? And where is she?" "She's at work," Maya said. "She's the CEO of Horizon Financial. She told me to come here after school." Wheeler's lips twitched into a skeptical smile. "CEO of Horizon Financial? That's quite a claim. Let's see your ID, then." Maya opened her portfolio and handed over her driver's license, along with $300 in cash, neatly clipped together. Wheeler examined the ID, her fingers lingering on the edges as if looking for a flaw. She handed it back, her tone cooler now. "Wait here. I need to verify this." Maya nodded, though she sensed a shift in Wheeler's demeanor. She stood by the desk, watching as Wheeler walked a phone to the back of the office and made a call. Maya couldn't hear the conversation, but Wheeler's posture, stiff, with quick glances in her direction, made her uneasy. A few minutes later, 2 police officers entered the bank, their radios crackling as they approached the desk. One of the officers, a middle-aged man named Officer Grant, addressed Wheeler. "You called about a suspicious person?" Wheeler nodded, pointing at Maya. "This young lady claims she's here to open an account, but she's alone, and her story doesn't add up. She says her mother is a CEO, but I'm not convinced. I think you should check her ID and the cash she brought." Maya's eyes widened, but she kept her composure. "I didn't do anything wrong," she said, her voice firm but calm. "I'm just here to open an account. My ID is real and the money's mine." Grant looked at Maya, then at Wheeler. "Let's see the ID, miss." Maya handed it over again, her hand steady despite the knot in her stomach. The second officer, a younger woman named Officer Lopez, took the ID and examined it closely. "Looks legit," Lopez said to Grant, her tone neutral, "but we'll run it to be sure." As Lopez stepped away to call on the ID, Grant turned to Maya. "What's this about your mom being a CEO?" "She's Dr. Vanessa Carter, CEO of Horizon Financial," Maya said. "She told me to come here and open an account. I earned the money from an internship at her company." Wheeler let out a small scoff, loud enough for Maya to hear. "Horizon Financial? That's a major firm. I've been in banking for years, and I've never heard of a teenager walking in with a story like that." Maya's jaw tightened, but she didn't respond. She knew her mother's position, and she knew the money was hers. She'd spent the summer filing reports, organizing meetings, and learning the ropes at Horizon, a financial services company her mother had led for the past 5 years. But Wheeler's tone and the officer's presence made it clear that her word wasn't enough. Grant's radio crackled, and Lopez returned, handing him the ID. "It checks out," she said. No issues with the license. And the cash doesn't seem to be an issue either. It's just a few $100s. Wheeler folded her arms, unconvinced. I still think we need to be cautious. She's a minor, and her story about her mother doesn't add up. I'd like you to stay until we can verify everything. Maya's patience was wearing thin, but she kept her voice even. You can call my mom. Her number's on my phone. She'll tell you herself. Wheeler hesitated, then nodded to Grant. Fine. Let's see the phone. Maya pulled out her phone and scrolled her mother's contact, labeled Mom, Work. She handed it to Grant, who dialed the number and put it on speaker. The line rang twice before a woman's voice answered, calm and authoritative. This is Dr. Vanessa Carter. Grant cleared his throat. Ma'am, this is Officer Grant with the Atlanta Police Department. I'm at First National Bank with your daughter, Maya. There's been a question about her presence here. She says she's opening an account, but the manager has some concerns. There was a brief pause on the line. Concerns? Vanessa's voice was sharp now, though controlled. What exactly is the issue? Wheeler stepped forward, speaking into the phone. This is Karen Wheeler, the branch manager. Your daughter claims you're the CEO of Horizon Financial, and she's here alone with cash to open an account. I found it suspicious, so I called the police to ensure everything was legitimate. Another pause, longer this time. When Vanessa spoke again, her tone was icy. I see. I am indeed the CEO of Horizon Financial, and Maya has my permission to open an account with money she earned through an internship at my company. I'm on my way to the bank now. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Please ensure my daughter is treated with respect until I arrive. Grant ended the call, glancing at Wheeler, whose face had paled slightly. Maya stood quietly, her portfolio still in her arms, her expression unreadable. Lopez shifted uncomfortably, sensing the shift in the situation. We'll wait for her mother, Grant said, his tone neutral. No need to escalate this further. Wheeler nodded, though her confidence was visibly shaken. She returned to her desk, busying herself with paperwork, but her eyes kept darting to Maya. The other customers in the bank had noticed the police presence, and whispers spread through the line. Maya ignored them, focusing on her phone as she texted her mother a quick update. 15 minutes later, the bank's glass door swung open, and Dr. Vanessa Carter walked in. She was a striking figure, a black woman in her early 40s, dressed in a tailored suit that spoke of authority. Her hair was pulled back in a sleek bun, and her eyes scanned the room with a precision that made everyone take notice. She carried a briefcase, and her heels clicked against the polished floor as she approached the customer service desk. Maya, Vanessa said, her voice warm but firm as she placed a hand on her daughter's shoulder. Are you okay? Maya nodded. I'm fine, Mom. Just waiting. Vanessa turned to Wheeler, her gaze steady. I'm Dr. Vanessa Carter, CEO of Horizon Financial. I understand there was a misunderstanding about my daughter's presence here. I'd like to know why the police were called. Wheeler opened her mouth, then closed it, her face flushing. I was just being cautious, ma'am. She's a minor, and she came in alone with a large amount of cash. I thought it was unusual. Vanessa's expression didn't change, but her voice carried a weight that silenced the room. Unusual? My daughter is a straight-A student who earned that money through an internship at my company. She came here to open an account, as I instructed her to do. Instead of assisting her, you called the police. Why? Wheeler stammered, her hands fidgeting with a pen. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. It's just protocol to verify. Protocol? Vanessa cut in, her tone sharp but controlled. Your protocol involves calling the police on a teenager trying to open a savings account? A teenager with a valid ID and money she earned? I've been in this industry for 20 years, Ms. Wheeler. I know your protocols. This wasn't about verification. This was about assumptions. Grant stepped forward, trying to diffuse the tension. Ma'am, we were just responding to the call. Everything checks out now, and Maya's free to go. Vanessa's eyes flicked to Grant, then back to Wheeler. I appreciate your response, officer, but this situation should never have happened. My daughter deserves an apology, and I expect this bank to review its practices to ensure no one else is treated this way. Wheeler nodded, her voice barely audible. I'm sorry, Maya. I didn't mean to upset you. Maya looked at her mother, then back at Wheeler. It's fine, she said, though her tone suggested it wasn't entirely. Can I open my account now? Vanessa placed a hand on Maya's arm. We'll open your account at another branch, one that doesn't make assumptions about my daughter's intentions. With that, Vanessa guided Maya toward the door. The other customers watched in silence, some nodding in approval, others whispering about the exchange. As they left, Lopez turned to Wheeler. You might want to rethink how you handle things next time, she said quietly before following Grant out. The incident didn't end at the bank. By the next day, word spread through Atlanta's business community. Vanessa Carter was a respected figure, known for her leadership at Horizon Financial and her advocacy for diversity in the industry. The story of her daughter being profiled at First National Bank sparked outrage, with several customers closing their accounts in protest. The bank issued a public apology, and Wheeler was quietly reassigned to a back-office role pending a review. For Maya, the experience was a lesson in resilience. She opened her savings account at another bank the following week, with her mother by her side. Vanessa used the incident to teach Maya about standing up to bias, but also about moving forward with dignity. People will judge you, Vanessa told her, but you know who you are. Don't let them define you. The story that afternoon became a talking point in Atlanta, a reminder of the power of truth and the consequences of prejudice. For those who witnessed it, it was a moment that shifted perspectives, proving that assumptions can unravel in the face of undeniable authority.